We'd like to thank, on behalf of Georgetown Festival, we'd like to thank the Honorable CM, YB Wong, Puan Pattaya, YDP, Ms. Lim and Ms. Wu Yok Ling for giving 100% support for the Georgetown Festival in our third year now. We are a new festival as compared to the other festivals in Malaysia, but the state has given full support of not only a small amount of money that we can afford from Penang, but support from all angles. We want to run through a few notes for the festival. We've had 100 over proposals from all over the world and Malaysia, and to date we are having 21 international programs for this year's festival and 51 local programs. The second batch of programs that we'll be confirming will be made this 15th, if and when we receive more funding from sponsors. The contribution of the state of Penang is actually to bring international acts here to Penang that cannot be afforded by the locals if we had to bring it on a commercial basis. One big act, for an example, is Mangania Seduction, which was the closing of Melbourne Arts Festival, and we bring it here today, this year, and the ticket prices will be around about 300-400 ringgit. But because the state has actually supported arts and culture, we've been able to bring this group here to Penang this July. We also like to thank some of our sponsors. Dell Asia came aboard again this year with a $100,000 sponsorship and some computers, and we're still talking to several other companies like BMW, Agilent, ENO, Penang Turf Club. The state has come up really fast. The state has asked us to plan for 2 years so that next year we can start planning. We also like to thank Penang Global Tourism to have undertaken a strong publicity campaign for us in Singapore and here with billboards and advertisements in Asia, because when you do a festival you want to sell it out. You don't want it to be well attended without any commercial value or sustaining itself commercially. Some of our highlights, Alex, we want to show you some of our highlights this year. Yes. This is a teaser video that's just got out. Basically, it's to sell Georgetown. Georgetown Festival is not just about the festival, but the whole of Georgetown. It's culture, art, tourism to become the dollar sign. This has gone down really well. We've had a lot of hits. Our website has had 600,000 hits since April 19. We're aiming for 4 million this year. This is a short video clip to sell Georgetown. That's Mangania Seduction. The highlights. I'll just run through quickly the highlights of Georgetown Festival. The first thing is, last year we had a lot of complaints about not having enough Malay programs. And I actually attended to some of the bloggers that blamed the CM. I said, if there's anyone to be blamed, it should be me. But we didn't get any Malay proposals. We had Indian Muslims, we had Chinese, and even this year, we haven't had a single Malay proposal. So what we've done, courtesy of the state, is we're putting on a production called Silat, Our Heritage to the World, with director So Tiong Hin, Saida Rastam doing the music, Kunyu doing the sets. It's an international production that's receiving a world premiere here in Penang, and we hope to take it out to Singapore, Melbourne, and inshallah, America. This is going to be held at Fort Cornwallis, which we want to start a point of where it all started. Next. This is something that's done by a Lithuanian artist that's received a lot of hits on Facebook because it's painting on an old wall. It's called Mirrors Georgetown, and we'll have a series of 6 to 10 paintings all over Georgetown to depict people of Georgetown. This is on Armenian Street. The next one is Pro Musica again. We have singers from Norway, Belgium, Portugal, and Italy and Thailand. Next, Alex. This one is a contemporary dance company that wrote to us from Finland that requested to come and perform, and this year, this is an international dance company from Finland. Next. This is UNESCO awarded World's Top Singing Choir, the Madrigal Singers from Philippines. They're coming this year again. You can see the programs in your program booklet. This is Lee Wushu, one of Malaysia's biggest Wushu groups that has traveled the world. We're bringing them from Johor. This is Tony Yap from Australia, Melbourne, doing a production called Rasa Sayang. Tony Yap is Malaysian. This next one is what Ms. Lim from GTWHI and us, we're trying to focus on this year, which is Endangered Performing Arts of Southeast Asia. This is the Cambodian shadow puppets that's UNESCO listed as endangered art. We will also have along this Sri Lankan traditional art that Ms. Uy helped us get from Sri Lanka. We also have the Makyong. We also have Pekalongan Batik from Pekalongan, which is also listed as an endangered art form in UNESCO listing. It's a heavy cultural. Okay, this is Mangania Seduction. This is probably the biggest production this year. It was a closing act of Melbourne Arts Festival. It's been in London, New York Lincoln Center. It's traveled the world. It's coming to Penang. We've had a lot of excitement about this because nobody believes that Penang can do it. Even Istana Budaya has not had this act. This is a little trailer that we did. There's also had a lot of response on YouTube.
Every day I'm shuffling.
Mangania Seduction is Rajasthani Islam Muslim musicians from Rajasthan. What is interesting about this act is that's the actual show.
Every day I'm shuffling.
This is just a teaser video. What's interesting and why we bring this act is this is a 100% traditional art form from Rajasthan. It's Islamic musicians, but they've given it a new treatment, and because of that they've been traveling the world. We want to show that culture doesn't have to be dead. We can not reinvent it, just repackage it. One of the biggest items that we're going to try to bring in is something called Trop Fest, which is the world's largest short film festival. And we're negotiating with 2 companies to buy up the rights. If we get it, we will announce Trop Fest Southeast Asia, which means it will be based in Penang and not the rest of Malaysia. And after Penang, it goes to Singapore, Thailand, and Indonesia. We're hoping either the Rasa Sayang or the BMW group takes this offer, because that will put Penang on an international map. Trop Fest is now in London, New York, Dubai, and Las Vegas, and Sydney. We will have ticketed events, as in you'll see it in the pack. And what we need the press to do is to help us sell. I'm rushing through. Okay. Then we want to have a competition now. One of the biggest reasons why we're doing this festival is actually because the state wants to balance the lives of the people of Georgetown to make this number 6 livable city maybe in 2 years' time. Arts and culture is one of the best ways to do it. And for the state to actually fund an arts festival or help an arts festival is to raise the quality of living. It's the balancing of life. So a lot of the acts that come are probably unaffordable by the people of Penang to go and see. So what we've done is the state has funded the basic of it all. We're approaching companies and MNCs to come in as in a STAR program, which is Support the Arts program. We've approached several organizations, and hopefully they'll buy the tickets and give it to the people of Penang, so that people of Penang can afford to see it. So we're approaching companies to come and sponsor the acts, so that they can give to the people of Penang, the students of Penang, to inspire people that, hey, I can be a dancer, I can be a director, I can be a musician. So that we need help from the press. And from what I've been feeling is that I know the press is caught in the middle of, most of the press can't do a lot of reporting on the politics of things, but please don't politicize arts and culture, because we need your support. I've been told that a lot of press find it difficult to run articles on the festival, for instance, but I'm appealing to the press to please keep politics out of arts and culture, because we need your support. It's actually through your support that last year we had like 1.2 million hits on the website. We've had a lot of publicity, and we've been very lucky this year that Ms. Uy has helped SB Satya IJM sponsor as billboards and PDC, and also we've got several companies sponsoring billboards for us, so that we're not spending too much money, but we need the publicity. For a festival to work and to be sustainable, we will have to have funding. The last point is that we're running a competition which we will announce soon called Code Red. Basically, this is for the people of Penang to win special tickets to the events. We want to give back to the people of Penang, although the show is to bring people from outside, from Singapore, KL, Bangkok, to come and spend money here. but a certain amount of the programming is going to be reserved for the people of Penang, so that they get to see world-class act that I think will be unaffordable for most people. And these are cross-border from Finland, from South Africa. We have Sufi musicians from South Africa coming in, Desert Rose. We have Indian musicians, we have Madrigal singers. We have, and next year, we're already getting some of the embassies coming in, wanting to give programs. This year, the US Embassy is sponsoring 3 educational programs: a photography workshop, yes, Broadway masterclass and gala performance, and a hip-hop masterclass and performance. We have the Australian Embassy coming in, the High Commissioner, South African. So we're hoping that next year all the embassies come in support, since we find it very difficult to get federal government support. But we're trying. In this program, we have a little booklet that says to you all the highlights. By end of May, we'll be coming up with a whole group festival booklet that will be distributed to the people of Penang and the visitors, so that they have full information. And in the booklet, you will see that we have 3 renowned people speaking about not necessarily Georgetown Festival, but Georgetown, how their experience of Georgetown, from Marcus Teo, who's internationally renowned as the W Magazine editor, Farouk Chowdhury, who's the producer of Akram Khan, and Tan Keng Hua from Singapore, who is helping us on board this year to help sell Penang to Singaporeans. I'm not sure whether I've left anything out. I thought today's morning thing was more important than this, because without the politics, we would not have a festival. Personally, without YB, I would probably not be here, and I will probably not be able to do a festival. So I'm appreciative of what's happening. I think the freedom of arts and culture, which I will stress again, has been given to me and the festival secretariat, which is unlike anywhere else in Malaysia. But we can plan, program without restriction, without having to look at the careful balance of culture or race. What's good, what's cultural, we put on. But please, I appeal to the press, please don't let politics stop arts and culture. It's very important. Thank you.